Monty Norm over here. I've got my nephew in.
Every Saturday.
What a guy. I love it when Joe comes in, and you're always out of town these days.
Yeah, I've been out of town for a bit, but I'm back for 3 weeks. We're working on a record, part of a record for a band called Robert John and the Wreck, which I believe have sat in these stools and played.
Really good.
And we're working with those guys, and yeah, just enjoying what's left of the break before we go back on the road. Taking care of a few things, trying to lose a little weight, you know.
Oh, you're doing a good job.
I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. So since
show and tell.
Show and tell, and I was going to bring it in when I got it, and then life happens, as you know. This is the 00045 Martin that has never left the state of California since 1941, and the lady got it from her husband, who had passed away, who inherited it from his father, and his father inherited it from his father. So it's a 3-generation guitar. It was built in January 1941. Martin's really good about, you know, they're really good about it. And she was about to lose her house, and her last resort was she decided to walk it into the Guitar Center in Costa Mesa, California, which is where she lived and where her families lived their whole lives. And she thought it was a Gibson. So
it's not a Gibson.
It's not a Gibson. And I brought it in because you know Martin's way better than I do, and I don't know what to do with it. It's so clean and preserved that I don't know.
It's a pretty incredible guitar.
It's an example. So
I know that we've been talking about. You see the case. Now look at the guitar.
Now look at it.
14 fret.
Wow.
It's the kind, has the original price tag.
It's the original price tag with the serial number on it. 00045. This guitar in 1941 cost a whopping $225.
You gave her money back. Right?
We gave her, it came from Alhambra, California at Mathers Music in Alhambra, California. This is where the guitar originally started life.
Look at this thing. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Like most Martins of this period, it needed a neck reset when I got it.
Right.
It's just a lot of tension, and Chris Camp down in Orange County did a great job. And you can't tell, but it's like if you don't do it, it's just unplayable.
It's magnificent, and it's one of the nicest acoustics ever.
And it's still in tune. I just literally pulled it out of the vault, but and there's something to these things, you know, and that's why they're so valuable and sought after. It's just, and not being I'm being a solid body guy and not an acoustic guy. I didn't know if it was considered pre-war. Now, would you consider this pre-war being a 41?
Well, we would probably call it pre-war. Whatever you want to call it, it's magnificent.
Right.
And there's very few of them around. The earliest ones were 12 fret with a slotted head.
Right.
So these are the more desirable. With the pick guard, the 14 fret, you have the access up to higher on the neck.
Right.
But just, you know, it doesn't get much better than this. So.
Yeah, I showed it to my dad, because it's a reissue, right? I'm like, no. And I believe one of the hardest things to find on these are
those
the tuners.
Yeah.
And it's still got the original like fancy strap button, and it just plays, and it's obviously Brazilian rosewood, but you know, if you're gonna have one, and the fact that we saved this woman's house for her, and thank you to Nick at Guitar Center for letting me get involved in that thing, and you know, everybody wins. You know, like she got a bunch of money for something that she thought was worth $500. Great. And it saved her house, and you know, I got a beautiful guitar.
I'm sure you paid what a house would go for in a lot of different parts of the country.
Unfortunately, these days, not a house in Alhambra.
Much less. Not about California. Maybe in Mississippi or
Michigan. You know, outside of Detroit, maybe.
Flint, because of the good water.
Yeah. But certainly, you could. This guitar is not worth a house in Alhambra. But it is cool. But you know, to pay $225 for something in 1941, That was a big commitment.
Oh yeah, this was a top-of-line guitar. I mean, I'm surprised that a small music store would even stock something like this.
Yeah, and it's just a very cool thing, and one of the neatest guitars in non-Fender Gibson guitars in the.
I would have to agree with you. I mean, it doesn't get much nicer. Joe, play a little bit for us on it, just so
we should get the guy.
I always put him to work. For all the money I give you for playing here,
It's out of tune, but it's great. I mean, the thing about these old ones is like you feel the whole thing.
It rings.
It rings, and when you play it, you realize, okay, the whole thing's working. I mean, just to hear it, it just sounds like a normal acoustic guitar, better than an average acoustic guitar. But when you play it, you're like, oh man, the whole body resonates. You know why? It's like there's a difference. Now, this is a no pick guitar. You notice I'm not wearing, not using a pick, and when I hand it to my friends, it's a no pick guitar because you don't want to.
So,
I don't want to be the first to go, oh crap,
Edward Scissorhands, probably not, right?
Yeah, and we don't need to be playing Pinball Wizard on this guitar. You know, we could find another guitar to play Pinball Wizard on, but no, I mean, as far as a collector, this is top of the heap. And it's a cool piece that not a lot of people would expect come out of the Nerdville vault. So mostly expect gold tops and
of course
Strats,
Les Paul, Strats, 335s,
stuff I use,
burst killers,
Yeah, exactly. So, and that's it. So that's the guitar.
So this is pretty spectacular, Joe. Thank you for bringing it in. I always appreciate you coming by and seeing us, and
every Saturday
brings a treat in here and there to show us, and just a magnificent example, original hard shell case.
You knew exactly as soon as I came. He saw it from the parking lot.
What happened? What did he say? What did he say,
he
Joe?
goes, oh, it's 0045. I'm like, you've seen a few of these. You know the Eagle Case Company when you see it.
Oh yeah.
That's funny.
So one thing I just want to say too is that we've got one of the greatest guitar players on the face of the earth.
No.
That's true. And we've got a guy sitting out in front of our store who was playing in front of a health food restaurant, and I told him that I would give him a few bucks every Saturday to come by and just sit out there and play. He's so modest, and guy's great, isn't he?
He's great, and he made the right decision to set up in front of a guitar shop on a Saturday.
Yeah, well, these people who
killing it
like
out
music, check it out. I'm telling you, I was walking by, this health store, and I kind of heard him playing, and people are just walking by like nobody's even there. It's just, the life of a musician, there's some that get recognized, some that don't, but this guy's really good.
He's really good and seems to love music,
Yeah, he's very soulful.
As do you. You love music in that sense.
I do.
It's like to even spot that and go, hey, come to my store.
Dead in my tracks.
Right.
So, but look, it's. I know you and I both love helping some
people
of these
out.
guys who have plenty of talent and just don't get recognized.
Oh yeah, I mean it's there's more.
And
people.
you've produced so many people lately. You and Josh. I mean, tell us about the records, Joe.
We did Joanna Connor's record that came out last year. We did Larry McRae's record.
Right.
That's great. We did 2 for Joanne Shaw Taylor. We just got done working with Mike Zito and Albert Castilla in Louisiana, where my career almost ended from a spider bite.
Oh no, I didn't hear about that.
I got bit on the wrist, and the next day my whole hand blew up, and I was like, kind of need this. So, and I had to get the steroid shot, and that was an experience. I got the full Louisiana experience, and who else? I mean, we've done so many projects. Mark Broussard, we just finished that, and so it's been fun.
And it gives all these guys a chance to really get produced by somebody who knows what they're doing. You and Josh. Josh is a monster.
Josh is
player.
a monster. He's a monster in the control room as well. He's I'm just the figurehead. I'm like the I'm like the Ray Kroc. I don't run the day to day.
In name only.
In name only.
Not exactly. You can pull that elsewhere, but not here.
Right.
everybody knows who you are around here.
Yeah.
So, but, you know, it's always a great treat having Joe coming in. And,
Yeah, I thought you'd get a kick out of this.
absolutely. And buy these records that he's produced because they're really cool. And it
all
gives
different.
some of these guys, you know, a chance to, you know, step out from playing the small clubs and
Yeah,
that
put
kind
some
of thing.
marketing into it. You know what I mean? We did Eric Gales' record as well.
Eric's unbelievable.
And you know, just people that are friends and that we love and you know, just deserve to be produced in a way that all the T's and I's are, you know, are dotted and crossed and it's a good sound. You know, we use the A-Team band, we use the A-Team engineers and mixers and
Bring in Reese for a good measure.
Reese has been on all of them except one. So
Reese Wine is one of the greatest keyboard players. Makes me one of the reasons I don't play is because of a guy like him. You know, I mean, it's kind of
and he's still
it's
got
scary.
it, man. He's still got it. And he won't play for months, and then he'll just come in and do a session and be like gig ready. You're just all right. It's in him.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
all right, Norm. Well, there
thank
we
you,
are,
buddy. I really appreciate you coming in.
Martin Saturdays.
This thing is
Hashtag.
pretty crazy. So thanks for bringing it in.
No problem.
And you ever want to sell it or? you know,
I've
come
toyed
see
with
me,
the idea
please.
of it because I don't know what to do. You know, it's such a preserved model that
Pretty incredible.
you just go. You want to find them as clean. You taught me this. You want to find them as clean and as nice as you can. But then there's sometimes you're like, oh,
There's always somebody who's got a lot of money and wants the best of the best,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what this is.
okay, so this could be Jen will flash the price on the video. Call Norm. It'll
could
be down
be
in 20
yours.
minutes.
This could be yours.
Cash only.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.
The great Joe Bonamassa, thanks. And best to the family and all the
Thank you.
band and all my buddies. You know.
Thank you.